the Card Deck NASA vidcast for Saturday, July 2nd, 2011, 1.03. Now, I know that Brandon Jersey isn't here today, even though you know what the beginning thing said, co-host Brandon Jersey. Well, seriously, I don't know what happened. But anyway, I could have something to show you, and, well, what was I saying? I've got to get to it. It's of Flip Space Shuttle ARAC doing a landing. Well, I mean, a close-up landing with the plane. The plane was coming over. I mean, you couldn't see the shuttle, but you can see the plane. It was really close. It was so awesome. I'm just searching for ARAC. That's going to appear. Okay, maybe it was not. Let me retry that. And it's plane. There it is. You've got to see this. Is that pretty much close up again? Yeah, but please get ready for this one.
Yo, look at that.
Look at it, Sean.
That's a big one.
Look at that.
Look at that plane.
Go home. ARAC on top. So
Oh,
A-Rack. Oh, look at that shot.
landing soon.
Look at that shot.
Wow.
Look at that shot.
I'm gonna get this on video.
I took this video myself. Well, Brandon's probably like in Virginia, so.
A military plane? No, it's not. A plane.
Probably one of the best videos you've ever seen. This is of Flip Space Shuttle ARAC, and it's and it's Boeing 747 coming in for a landing. I mean, like right around the land. I can't remember when I took that. It's on my computer. Let me check the beginning of the June area. It's got to be here. This is a different computer. This one isn't connected to the internet. That's why I couldn't have shown you. So it's got to be up here somewhere. Yep, it's right around here. I know that it is. When did I take that? I took those on June 4th. Yeah. So they're about yeah, that was FSTS 6, the mission that ARAC had made before that landing with the plane, landed exactly a month ago. So, and then 2 days, and then that same day it got picked up by its plane, and then 2 days later it's flying over, get ready to land. They make like 2-day flights to get ready to land. I mean, you saw in the first part of the video, it was like far up, and then it got like a lot, but later that same plane was closer, flying right over our car. The first one I wasn't getting from our car, I was getting it from someone's backyard. It's the thing about live shows. Sometimes you gotta show videos. I've seen some other live shows that we didn't actually make. Well, 1.03. What was the topic of this again? Oh yeah, the FSTS mission. And maybe a little bit of. Well, so the schedule for missions was that FSTS 1 was supposed to launch on April 8th. It got scrubbed to April 22nd. I mean, scrubbed 2 weeks, because there was believe it or not, there was this gigantic hydrogen leak in the bottom of the ET when what was I saying? Yeah, when what was I saying? There was the 17-foot hole in the external tank. They fixed it by April 21st. Then FSTS 2 it was scheduled for what is it? Yeah, May 7th. It got delayed 1 day because there was a fire on the pad to get it in a new ET and new booster tops. And then they launched it by May 8th. That was the A6 repair mission. They landed on May 10th. Exactly a week later, FSTS 3 launched, a day after STS-134, the final flight of Space Shuttle Endeavour. It sounds a lot like ND. Well, anyway, I was saying. So, that FSTS-3 was the Pluto research mission, second flight of Survivoration. Anyway, Ascent flew the first flip shuttle flight. FSTS-1, FSTS-2 was Survivoration. Then FSTS-3, second flight of Survivoration, landed on May 20th. Now, FSTS-4 launched on May 19th. It's a weird thing. It did have to go up and pick up FSTS-3 off Pluto. And Survivoration and the rest of the crew from FSTS-4 went back to Earth, and then that whole same crew that had been on Survivoration plus one other camera went up to do the actual FSTS-4 on Mars Expedition 1. Then they docked with FSTS-4, got into it. May 22nd, they malfunctioned. Then the Mars FSTS pickup satellite, which was orbiting Mars, had to pick it up off Mars to get it off instead of FSTS-5 going to pick it up, since it was going to launch on a lot later than May 22nd. So basically they just used that and then it returned home with the crew by 5:20 p.m. Then FSTS-5 launched on May 28th, got back on May 29th. There was some FSTS-5 A7 checkup mission. They had to make sure the A7 was go. The commander even found out that A7 was the strongest A satellite. We're trying to break the engine cord. It wouldn't break. There's only one other A checkup mission. It was on a special shuttle mission. SSTS 43 A4. I mean E1. Was it no wait? Whoa! It was SSTS 117. Yeah, it was the A1 checkup mission, a day after A1 was launched. That means the second day, 2011. Well, anyway, back to the topic. FSTS-6 launched on May 30th. It was the what is it again? The first EOAS mission. Anyway, EOAS stands for Earth Orbit Atmosphere Study. Second one was later performed on like 4 missions later on FSTS-41A. I'll get to the results of that later. But anyway, where were we? So FSTS-6, it landed on June 2nd. I've already told you that. That landed exactly a month ago. Yeah, a month ago. And I showed you that video of it in its plane coming in for a landing on June 4th. Anyway, on Monday, July 4th, Independence Day, it would be a month after that cool video was taken by me. The same camera, except without the cracked lens. Because this is the first live show we've had without the cracked lens, not only the first live show we've had without our co-host. Well, anyway, back to the topic. FSTS-7, not only the first mission to leave the solar system, first mission with the space lab, first mission with an 8-person crew, even though FSTS-2 had 12 cameras. I mean, not 8-person, 8 camera. Right there, wasn't I? The camera just ran out of batteries, and I had to change the batteries, so that's why I'm back so quick. So that was an out-of-the-universe study mission, FSTS-7. We went out, it's been like about 2 days up there after launching on June 3rd. That was the day before Iraq was coming in for a landing. And it landed on June 5th. And they spent exactly 48 hours out of the universe. Exactly 48 hours, not even any second, not even any milliseconds. Actually, it might have been a few milliseconds, but not even any seconds. Not sure if the milliseconds matter. But anyway, but seconds, exactly 48 hours. Just don't count the milliseconds for that part. Nothing below the milliseconds, so duh. FSTS-8, unmanned mission, just like FSTS-1, which anyway went into an orbit around Mars. Kind of like FSTS-4 spent 2 2 days doing before landing on Mars. So FSTS-8 was also an unmanned mission. It was another out-of-the-universe one. It was the first one to need Delta boosters because, believe it or not, guess what? You might not believe this. It went 18 miles out of the universe to orbit. It was looking for another universe. FSTS-7 couldn't do that. It was too close to the universe. The regular universe. It didn't get any luck. There were special cameras attached in. It's just that the flip camera lives haven't passed the flip camera lives limit hasn't passed 10 miles out of the universe yet. It's right around 9 miles out of the universe. But the one with a crew on it only went 2 miles above. And anyway, it was delayed from June 6th to June 8th due to a problem with the Delta booster work. They couldn't finish it by 2 minutes, 1 minute, so they just delayed it and finally launched on 8th. Same as the maiden flight of 87LR carrying the big engine satellite. And, well, what I was saying is that not really doing very much stuff here. That, what was I saying? Yeah, FSTS-8 just got delayed. Now, FSTS-9 did get delayed from June 9th to June 11th due to that FSTS-8 delay. But the mission only lasted about a little more than 8 hours. It was a one-day mission. It launched and landed on June 11th. It was scheduled to do all that on June 9th. Then, here comes 41A, which I did say was... Anyway, FSTS-9 was just a mini test for space. That's why it only lasted about 8 hours. Now, 41A, I think it lasted about 23 hours or something. So, whew. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind that. Wait a minute. Well, 41A was the second EOS mission, but listen to this delay. First, got delayed from June 10th to June 12th due to the FSTS-8 delay. Then it got delayed to June 13th, APU problem. Then it got delayed to June 16th, problem with the APU heaters. Then it went back to June 14th because they fixed the APU heater late on June 13th. It was already past 11 p.m. And then off June 14th, it got delayed to June 18th, the birthday of the, I think, a mission specialist. Yeah, one of the mission specialists, I think. Due to hydrogen leak, just like FSTS-1, which was. Now it did launch on June 18th and land on June 19th, which the landing also got delayed 8 days from June 11th. So it was about a 23-hour mission, I think. No, I mean it meant about maybe 22 and a half hours. It was about 22 and a half hours. The FSTS 41A mission. Now 41B, let's set the record. So far, longest flip shuttle mission. It lasted 8 days. It was an 8-day mission. It was really just more than 7 days. It wasn't exactly 8 days. I mean, not exactly. It's 24 times 8. 60. Yeah, it was not exactly 192 hours, but it was a long mission. I mean, actually, FSTS-1 was scheduled to be the longest mission so far. You know how it was scheduled to be. It was scheduled to be 15 days because it had to land on April 23rd. April 24th was the roll of survivation for FSTS-2. Problem, they get flip shuttle stacks. stacked quickly, and sometimes they have to roll over, stack, and roll out on the same day. That's why they do it really fast when they have to do that. They do it in like maybe 2 hours. Let's see that. So, 41B. Let's get back to that topic. I mean, it was the second safety check space station assembly mission. The first one was actually on FSTS 2. After fixing A6, they delivered the 4DET module, but that one didn't have any spacewalks. Well, I mean, it did fix the A6, but... So that means the first spacewalks were on FSTS 2, because you can have a spacewalk on FSTS 1 if there's no crew. FSTS 1 was just a test for orbiting Mars, because they knew they'd have to do that for FSTS 4, which was actually was scheduled to land on May 25th. It had to land 3 days early because of that malfunction. Well, anyway, with the flip shuttles, let's go on to 41C. Now, 41C hasn't launched yet, but there are a lot of results. So, when is it scheduled to launch again? I think it was scheduled, yeah. At first it was scheduled for June 22nd. June 22nd. Now it's scheduled for July 9th. Want to know why? Now, I know we did a whole live show about the 41A scrub, but this time it's about all the FSTS missions. And, seriously, I want to give the results about the 41C scrub, too. So, at first, it got scrubbed 6 days to the 28th due to part of the 41A scrubbing 41B. In fact, I forgot to give the delay results. Yeah, 41B got delayed 8 days because of 41A getting delayed 8 days. Also, believe it or not, 41B landing got delayed 1 day because of its scorched tail that they had to work on, giving them an extra day of mission. That was after undocking from the station. Yeah, they deliver the Sierra module and spare parts on 41B. Now let's get back to 41C. So where are we? 28th. Yeah. Then it got delayed to the 29th because of 41B's landing delay. Then it got delayed 10 days to July 9th when an onboard computer immediately shut down about 2 hours before launch. The crew had to evacuate, they had to roll back. They even had to roll it back. And they scheduled to roll back out on July 6th. That means 4 days from now. I'm going to show this live show to Brandon. He wasn't part of it, and but I really wanted to be able to do a live show over the summer because I wouldn't be with him all summer. I really wanted to do a live show. I decided I'd do this one about the FSTS missions because, I mean, Brandon does know about regular shuttle missions. I know a lot more about FSTS than him, even though we probably both know the same about the regular shuttle. And also, believe it or not, 41C is launching 1 day after the final regular space shuttle launch, July 8th. So, let's say the lengths of the missions. FSTS 1, 1 day. FSTS 2, 2 days. FSTS 3, 3 days. FSTS 4, 3 days. FSTS 5, how long was it again? 1 day. FSTS 6, 4 days. FSTS 7, 2 days. FSTS 8, 2 days. FSTS 9, 8 hours. FSTS 41A, about 22 hours, about 22 and a half hours. FSTS 41B, 8 days. And FSTS 41C isn't launched yet. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be 3 days. Then we get to go to the 51A mission. Get out of 41s, go to 51s. And I really think that's all, but I might have something to show you. Now, anyway, I don't have the microphone today because I'm at my house. At Brandon's house. I mean, actually, we really moved from like Texas or New York. We actually moved to houses next to each other instead of being like 2 streets away from each other and meeting up at a hotel to do these live shows. I think yeah, we did a practice one at the hotel before moving here. A while later, we finally got our first one done about FSTS 5, getting ready for that mission. Then we got our first video one about survivation, plane landing to get ready for 41A. Another one about a plane with it. So that's pretty much all. And do I have anything to show you? No. So that's all for Saturday, July 2nd, 2011. Bye, and see you next time. Probably September 2nd, I might do another one in August. Yeah, we got the first 2 done in June, our first video ones. I'm going to try to get another one this month, too, and then I'm trying to get 2 in August. We're going to probably get at least 2 in September, 1 on September 2nd, maybe 1 another day. Finally, on September 2nd, I'll be back with Brandon. So, even though the front thing, the co-host, still says Brandon Jersey, he's not here today. That's going to be with the other July one and the 2 August ones. That'll be on the front, but still won't actually be here. I might be able to do one with them later this month or sometime next month. I might be able to. Might be right. It's because I actually made a video with those 4 pictures that I actually made myself, and then I just put them down there. Took a 3-second video, then pulled a really good picture out that would avoid the floor. Then made a 10-second video of them combined, so that means I don't want to have to do another video without the co-host thing. So that's why I just have to put his name at the co-host. And that's all for Saturday, July 2nd, 2011, 1.03. See you next time on, I might be back on July 9th. Otherwise, it's going to be sometime in July. I might be back in a week. I'm not sure. Bye. See you next time. And that's the end for Saturday, July 2nd, 2011, 1.03.